Welcome back to the Malt YouTube channel, Homebrewers, and in this video we are taking a look at the exciting updates that have happened to the range of FermZillas we stock here at the Malt Miller from our very good friends at KegLand. Okay, so it's no secret whatsoever that we are big fans of the FermZillas from KegLand in all sizes and formats, and also the wider ecosystem that fits in around them. All the accessories that are available, all the adaptations, all the customizations that you can make on these extremely affordable and approachable pressure fermenters. Now, the benefits that pressurized fermentation can bring to your homebrew are vast, whether it's those super speedy lagers or really low oxygen environment brewing that you want to undertake with all of those big juicy New England IPAs, pale ales, anything with hops in. And the really big benefit is that they're accessible. You don't need to break the bank to get into the wonderful world of pressurized fermentation and all the benefits that come along with it by using these products. Now, we've used them extensively here at the Malt Miller. In fact, we've got one right behind us right now fermenting something for Beer X that's happening in a few weeks' time, and we love it. We just love how much you can do to them. The one behind me is the one that we've featured with all of the kind of customization so that you can hook it up to the Grainfather glycol chiller and have fully temperature controlled fermentation without the need for a fridge. So if you've already got a glycol chiller, whether it's a Grainfather one, whether it's the KegLand one, you can achieve that as well. Now, what we also know is that KegLand are a brand that do not like to rest on their laurels, and they're always working on new innovations, and the new FermZillas we've just had into us are an example of that. So what we're going to do now is cover what stayed the same, what's changed, what the benefits of those changes are, and what you might consider one of these as your next upgrade to your homebrew setup. Now, before I do dive into the changes that have taken place, we've got a 30 litre all-rounder here and a 27 triconical FermZilla. Now, it's important to note that all of these features are available if you've already got one of these fermenters to add on. We've got all of the parts separately, so if you've already got one of these, you can add these accessories to yours. But if you haven't and you're looking to buy one now, it's never been simpler, easier, and as feature-packed. Now, let's start by just taking a look at the updates that are shared across both of these. First up, they both come with a new Easy Grip threaded lip ring, which replaces the current collar that you use to tie up the lid on the FermZilla. Now, this is amazing. We'll dive into it in more detail in a minute, but we think this is a really big upgrade. It also replaces the metal handles that you had to sort of fiddle to tighten up as well. So you've got nice sturdy handles on both of them. Makes it just that bit easier to move them around the brewery, and the lid has some fun features which we'll dive into as well. Now, the other thing they share is they both have the new weighted mesh basket on the end of the dip tube. That's really handy as well. Again, come on to how that helps shortly. Now, the other thing they include as standard now is the carbonation caps, both the liquid, which is the yellow, and the gas, which is the red, for the lid assembly. And they also now all come with the awesome blow tie spunding valve. Now, that's great because it means that everything is available now in one product. No choosing between different products, no adding accessories. Everything you need to dive into pressure fermentation is included with both of these as standard. Now, over on the all-rounder, the other thing that they've updated is the sort of seat for it. So in the past, the all-rounder had a very similar kind of stainless steel cage to sit in, which was fine, but now they've included the hex base, which is already stuck on for you, and that just makes the all-rounder that little bit lower profile, so easier to fit into a wider range of fridges if you're setting up a fermentation chamber, but also just makes it a bit more sturdy. It's not going to move around, rock around, anything like that. And it's a really nice construction, really solid, stuck on really well. We're really impressed with that, and it just makes that all-rounder unit just that little bit smaller and easier to move around. Now, over on the 27 litre and the triconical versions, the other thing that's been updated on these, you can't see it at the moment, but on the yeast collection vessel at the bottom there, KegLand have now included the flanged O-rings for the tri-clamps. That is a very small but incredibly useful update. It just means that when you put the tri-clamp seal onto something, it isn't going to move around. It makes fitting them back on afterwards, after maybe you've collected yeast or taken hops off or whatever you're doing, or just assembling the unit, so much easier. We first experienced those on the brew built tanks, which again, we've got one of those behind us here, which has currently got some beer in it that Rob's fermenting for another project. And we were so impressed by just how easy it was to put that tank together, because you haven't got to hold the seal in place, then put the accessory on, then the tri-clamp, and then tighten it up. In the past, the tri-clamps, when they weren't seated in that way, or they didn't have that little flange on them, they might slip around, they might come loose, you might end up dropping it as you're trying to put the accessory on. It's just a really small but super handy update. Right, so I've moved the 27 out of the way just because the all-round is a little bit lower on the table here for me to talk to you about the new lid ring. Now, this is one of my favourite features on the new updated versions of these FermZillas. So just going to talk you through some of them. Take the spunding valve off. Now, the first thing is undoing it is so much easier because you've got a little bit more purchase because of the width of the handles. Now, on the underside of this, KegLand have built in some really cool little updates. So in each handle, there is like a hex spanner almost that allows you to do up and undo the carbonation caps far easier. And they do have a design that allows you to use a spanner on them, but because it's plastic and you might be using stainless steel against it, you know, a stainless steel spanner, you might run the risk of fouling up the plastic on there. Because this is plastic, it's plastic on plastic, so it's far gentler. Now that means putting these carbonation caps on is just that little bit easier, and tightening them up is an absolute dream now, because you know you do need to make sure that they're tight, because that's a key area that if it's not tight enough, you're not going to be able to hold pressure in the tank. So just give that one last little pinch up and that's all tight. Just make sure the other one's done. There we go. Now, as I said, the carbonation caps are now included as well, whereas in the past you would get the little blanking covers for them, and you need to get the carbonation caps as a separate product or buy the product that came with the pressure pack as well. It's included now as standard. Such a simple thing to add, but it just brings you that functionality straight away. Back onto the lid though, because there's some other cool things in this. Now, imagine you've had a fermentation taking place in here. Sometimes you've got a touch of pressure in there, or maybe just a touch of negative pressure. Getting the lid off by hand can sometimes be a bit of a challenge. Now, that's where this handy little hole comes into play, because what you can do with that is slot it over the carbonation cap post, give it a little pull, and the lid comes free. Just gives you that little bit of extra purchase. Now, the other thing as well, once you've got your lid off and maybe you want to do a dry hop, what you can now do as well is hang the lid assembly, including the handle, to the side, because you've got a little hook on there, which just means getting access into the FermZilla for your dry hop, or if you need to add something like a process aid, brow sole, something like that. Just makes it so much easier to get access into there to do that, and you don't have the lid assembly kind of flopping around or holding that in one hand whilst you're trying to add whatever it is you're adding to your brew with the other. And then of course the final thing, which is tightening it up. So it is so much easier now to tighten up the lid assembly on the FermZilla using the new handle, and you can really make sure that it's tightened down. Now, as I said, if you do have an all-rounder in this case, you can add the new lid ring to it. Absolutely no problem at all. We've got that listed as another item. There'll be links down in the description, so that if you do want to grab one, you can just follow that link. And then looking inside again at the other accessory that's been updated, we've now got on the end of the dip tube the weighted mesh basket. Now, what could happen in the past is that sometimes during transfer, this mesh basket, the old version, might not sink entirely under the surface, even if you've got the ball float, at various different points, because you've got 3 different fixing points for that. With this little weighted addition, the yellow piece at the end, that just means that it stays fully under the surface of your beer while you're transferring, so you don't get those moments where it sort of sputters and stops, and you have to kind of move things around or jostle the fermenter to get it to sit back underneath the level of the beer. And again, that is another part that you can add if you want to your current FermZilla if you've already got one. Now just onto the hex base. I did mention a minute ago how much I love this hex base just because it reduces the overall profile and makes the all-rounder that little bit more sturdy. But again, if you wanted to add this to an all-rounder that you've already got, guess what? It's a spare part. You can grab it from us. Links are down in the description. Now I just want to touch on the addition to the tri-conical that I mentioned earlier, which is this new flanged O-ring for the tri-clamps. I'm such a big fan of these. Now you'll probably all be familiar with the collection vessel that comes with the FermZilla tri-conical versions. We love this because it can be boiled, it's really easy to be sanitized, it means you can get the yeast off of your brew, it means you can get your hops off your brew after dry hopping. It's a really handy feature, and if you add carbonation caps to that as well, you can then use it as a vessel to dry hop from if you don't have the hop bong. Now the hop bong does work with the new easy grip lid as well, just in case you were wondering. We've got that set up on one of ours at the moment. Works an absolute treat. But I just want to show you how easy it is to now fit this accessory back onto the FermZilla using the new flanged O-ring. Now you could just put it on top of the collection vessel, probably what most people would do. It's not going anywhere, it's not moving around, it's not going to come loose while you're trying to fit the tri-clamp on. But what I love about them is, actually if you wanted to, you can fit them straight onto there and it's not going anywhere, it's not going to fall off. That means again that you've literally just got, you know, both hands free to add the tri-clamp back on. And I am a big fan of the tri-clamps that KegLand have included with their FermZilla range, because they're the ones that have got 3 hinges in them. Just makes fitting them that much easier. Tighten that up and I could then crack on with the rest of my brew. Now everything else on these remains the same as it did previously. There's no design change to the shape of the body, to the stand in the case of the tri-conical versions, the overall lid assembly, everything else remains the same. You know, you can drill through this lid if you want to add things like the thermowell or the temp twister. You'll still be able to do all of that. It's just that the updates that KegLand have brought in make these just that little bit easier to use around the brewery, that little bit more practical, and including those really cool design features in the lid that make using the lid assembly, tightening it up, getting the carbonation caps tight, that much easier. Now, if you've already got a FermZilla, I'd love to hear about the little innovations that you've added, the accessories you've put onto yours, what you're able to achieve with them. So make sure you drop us a comment down below. We'd love to see that. Equally, if you've got thoughts or ideas about what else you'd like to see KegLand work on with these products, we'd love to know, and we'll make sure that that gets sent on to them. Anyway, that's about it for this video. I wanted to make sure that you all knew what the new updates were, and also if you've already got one of these, that you can add those updates to your existing FermZillas at home. And as ever, have a great brew.